Welcome to A Foot in the Door with Get It Right from A Genuine Sight and me, GK Barry. Have you ever wondered how your favourite actor has got into the industry and what their tips and tricks would be for you? Well, today I've brought in a very special guest from the world of film who's going to be spilling the tea over a cheeky pedi. Josh Sinclair-Evans. How are you, Josh?
I'm good. I'm scared I'm going to kick someone with
Do you
this.
know what? That is a possibility, but we've signed a lot of forms to get you out of the core.
Waiver.
Are you nervous? Have you ever had your feet done before?
No. Do you know what? I don't think I should say this out loud.
Go on.
This morning is the first time I've ever intentionally washed my feet.
Are you one of those men that don't wash their legs?
I feel like science does that.
Yeah.
Because if you wash your armpits and the soap goes
falls down
over your legs.
So you've got armpit feet.
Exactly.
Do you know what? You've sold that to me well.
You're welcome.
I think it's time to get into it and face our demons, aka our feet. Let's bring in the girls. He hasn't washed his feet.
No, I did this morning.
You can't start lying
for the first
now.
time in 28 years.
If anyone's got a gas
Sorry.
mask, give it to the poor lady. Right, so we're here to talk about you breaking into the industry.
Yep.
How did you get your foot in there?
I mean, I first decided I wanted to be an actor when I was like 5.
Oh, you knew.
I knew. Do you know what? Like, it's probably not a good story. We went to see Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in the West End.
Good taste.
And I just wanted to be in the car because it looked really cool. And the only way to be in the car was to be an actor. So I was like, all right, I'll do that then. And then it was watching Lord of the Rings. And I was like, I need to do that.
So I guess you then did you go drama school?
I did lots of classes, then went to like a performing artsy secondary school for sixth form.
Nice.
And then after that, I was like, I just want to try it.
So what would you say was your first big break then?
The first like proper professional job I guess I had was like a touring pantomime to primary schools.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Love that.
It's really fun, but I would never do it again. Kids won't lie if they're not enjoying it.
And that's true.
You know when they don't
They're
care.
like drunk adults.
Literally are.
They'll start on you.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So you went from pantomimes to film.
Yeah.
How'd you make that jump?
It's a good question. My agent. Thank her.
So you had to get an agent.
Had to get an agent.
How would you go about getting one?
Emailing. Lots of emailing.
Where are you finding these emails?
Google.
I don't know how it works.
On all their sites, they'll have like a little email for like submissions.
Okay.
I
saw you squirm.
I don't know what's happening.
Don't be scared. Go with the wind.
People think you need to have a show reel, but
You don't.
You kind of don't. You can film yourself doing monologues and
Okay.
just send those along as well. If you are in a show, obviously invite people to a show. But it is just emailing everyone under the sun.
Okay.
You're going to send like 100 emails
Get
and
your
no one's
email
going to reply
etiquette
to you.
up there. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Just
okay.
have your standard email.
Yeah.
Then like throw in one line that seems like you know who they are, kind of thing,
Okay.
like a personal line.
Do a bit of Google.
Little Google, find one of their clients
Okay.
that you've heard of.
Right.
And be like, oh yeah, I
Nice.
love your client, Jim.
You've done a great job.
You've done a great job
Okay.
with Jim. I'd like to be like Jim. I forgot what I was saying.
No, it's distracting
I'm
work.
distracted with the feet.
So what roles were you getting?
Do you know what? I've been really lucky that I've never felt like typecast or anything. So it's
Okay.
been like super varied. So like the first thing was a play and then went from there to the Disney Channel.
That's a big leap. What was the role for?
It was like a musical show. The way I describe it, did you see High School Musical 2?
Come on now.
All right.
Yeah, I
take it.
did.
So it's kind of like that. Like it's a bunch of kids running like a summer hotel kind of thing, singing and dancing and all
Okay.
this kind of
It
stuff.
kind of rings a bell, which could make
Really?
me look really sad. But
No,
that's fine.
not at all.
Nice.
But
so you were singing, running a hotel?
I was singing and dancing.
The dream.
Yeah, only if you can dance.
That I cannot.
Well, I was in the back for a lot of the numbers.
That would be me too. I'd be in the basement. Would you have any advice for someone doing like a self-tape in your experience?
It doesn't need to be as professional as people think it does, to be
Okay.
perfectly honest. Like at the beginning, you know, you're getting the 2 light setup.
Yeah.
You're getting the nice backdrop. You're doing all of this. Like, you don't need to do it. Just get your phone. You can buy a tripod, but you can also like just prop it up on some books or
Suppose
something.
it doesn't matter because it's about the acting.
As long as they can see you and they can hear you,
Film it
they
on a
don't
Nokia.
really care. Film it on a Nokia.
Do
I mean,
it.
they'll do anything, those phones.
Little bird
Yeah.
told me on the street
Yeah.
that you were in Spider-Man.
I was, yeah.
Let me know about that.
It's funny enough, I was auditioning for something else. Mm-hmm. And then it was the same casting director, I think because she knew I wasn't going to get the other one. She was like, I'm going to throw him a bone. And got a self-tape for the Spider-Man thing. And that happened really quickly. I think I got it on like a Monday and then found out on like a Wednesday.
The
And
tape
then-
was that good?
Apparently
Come
so.
on. Give me the line. I don't want to put you on the spot here, but you got your feet out, so you might as well.
Watch me never get a job again.
Yeah, this could ruin
Destroyed my career in one go. What's the line? Who is that guy?
I thought that's all right.
Thank you. I was thinking Oscar. But,
yeah, you know what? Wasted opportunity.
Right?
Did you get to spend a lot of time with like the main people in it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were kind of, because I'm like one of the kids in their class, so we were kind of with the main people like every day, which
love that.
It's pretty cool.
Did you get any juicy stories with them? What are they like?
I couldn't say.
Tell me some of them are
They're
Karens.
super normal. To the point that on the first day, they both like introduced themselves. And I was like, that's awesome, because I know exactly who you are.
Yeah, you don't need to introduce.
You don't need to say, hi, I'm
Yeah,
Tom.
no, that's fair.
But I was like, that's awesome.
Like if Lady Gaga came up to me and said, I'm Lady Gaga, I'd be like, I know.
Sorry, say that again? What was your name?
That's really stupid that you've just done that.
Yeah, exactly.
So working on a big set,
yeah.
lots of different people.
Yeah.
Did anyone have any advice for you, or like what was it like on set?
It's lots of new experiences and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, most of it was shot in a studio in Watford. There was a day where there was like little explosions and stuff, and we were like outside, and they had like these huge like blue screens. And then there was like a London bus that we were on. It was pretty cool. And then they were like simulating lightning, so there was like massive fans and like little explosions going boom.
Is that what maybe shocked you the most working on a set like that? Is the level?
Yeah,
that they
the
go
level
to?
of what is there. Like you think nowadays it's all CGI and
But
they
they
just can't be
actually go
bothered
for
to do
it.
the thing, but they actually do the stuff.
Are there any negatives of working on a big set?
I mean, it's long days, but I mean, that's kind of just filming in general. It's a lot of waiting around. Like, it can be super boring. Because, I mean, actors, you work for like, you're the laziest people on set. Like, you work for like 2 minutes.
And then you're just sat waiting.
And then you go, like, sit in the green room or whatever for 2 hours. You eat food and drink stuff while everyone else is actually working.
Bargain.
And then you come back on, do your 2 minutes again, like,
And go
cool, I'm
back
going
off.
home. See
The
ya.
dream job.
The dream job.
So, how is the cheese grating going? Are you enjoying that?
It's an interesting sensation.
This could be a new kink for you, and I could have opened that door.
I mean, I could make some money off these now.
But you're not. It's not as ticklish as I thought it'd be for you.
No, I'm actually doing all right at the moment.
My soul leaves my body when this happens to me.
Really?
So yeah. So what surprised you most about when you started working on the bigger sets?
I think it's how many people are actually working on it.
A lot of them.
There's a lot of people, because I mean, you see a film and you see the actors and you're like, all right, so the actors turned up, the director was there, and they just said, let's make a film. On something like Spider-Man, it's hundreds of people.
And I'm guessing that's cast and crew.
Cast and crew, you've got, sound, lighting, production, catering, I'm going to forget loads of people, makeup, hair, costume.
Appreciate them all.
I know.
Yeah.
Props, design.
I think that brings us on nicely to what I wanted to talk about, which is piracy and how that would actually affect all the people that you've just said.
You kind of think about it, and you kind of think, I guess, about the corporations, and you're like, they got money, they're fine. But I mean, if something doesn't make money, then they won't make sequels. They won't basically give everyone a job again. And the industry, supports like thousands of jobs. And without the industry making money anymore, then those jobs go away.
And people wouldn't want to work in a job like that anyway if they weren't getting paid very well.
Well, exactly, yeah. And like on a personal level, if, illegally downloading stuff, you're just more likely to get your personal data hacked, which no one wants.
I didn't know that you could get hacked, by the way.
Yeah,
I didn't realise
that
that was the thing. I thought maybe you just get some bad karma from that.
They get you.
You get
I was
physical.
hacked recently.
Were you?
And it was my own fault.
Were you piracy?
I wasn't pirating.
All right.
I promise everyone.
Okay.
It was like one of those Royal Mail scams where they're like,
Oh, and
you've
you
got a parcel
clicked
at
it.
customs. It's because I was waiting for a parcel from America. So I was like, this makes sense.
It's a bit scary knowing what data they could actually have from your phone.
Everyone's
Like my
whole lives
photos.
are on their phone now, aren't they? So,
I could have pictures of my feet on there.
Well, exactly.
What are they going to do with that?
Make some money.
Yeah, probably, actually. Your feet are looking prepped.
Thank you.
They're looking beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And I think it's time to bring out your artistic skill and put it onto me.
Okay.
Okay.
The Tona Lisa.
Right, it's challenge time. You are known for being an actor, but I don't care. I want you to bring out your artistic side today. You're going to paint me a bit of nail art on my toe, and I've got to guess what it is. Obviously, it's a foot in the door, so I want you to do a symbol of something that represents what inspired you to get into the film industry. So now I've briefed you.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
In my head,
Yeah.
this is going to look insane.
You've got an awful canvas to work with.
Do you know what? It's a
today.
nice big canvas.
Rude. Rude.
I meant that as a compliment, but I can see how it's not.
Yeah. Josh, you've got 1 minute. Off you pop.
All right.
Why am I nervous?
You should be.
That's a good sign.
I'm scared.
Okay, I can see the precision. A line, diagonal. Another one, it's giving rhombus. Oh, M, or it's a mountain. Okay.
Smash it.
There's a smoky mountain. If you guys can't see this, it's like Picasso in action. Oh, an eye, a stick man. A man is climbing a smoky mountain. Is that a head? Is there another man? You saw that they climbed Mount Everest and you thought, that's too much work, I'm gonna act, is what I'm going with. Thank you. That can't be a third person, is it?
I know what.
Okay, you carry on. Is that someone on top? Time's up. Kind of looks like a that's what you've done on top of the mountain. So I don't know what kind.
Well, if I do a symbol on the other toe,
Okay.
does that help?
No, Josh. A circle on
Wait,
my
hold
toe.
on. I can make it more.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. Oh,
Smashed
do you
it.
know what? I'm an idiot
Smashed
because
it.
you've been talking about that.
Right.
Where's Gollum?
Do you know what? I was going to try and draw him, but I
guess.
thought I'm not good.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Truly. I have a link to The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
My posture's so bad that people online say I look like Gollum. So that's...
Well, that's the closest I'm ever going to get.
Do you know,
so
yeah,
thank
you were basically sat with
Thank you.
Gollum now.
With Gollum.
You're welcome.
That's why I didn't need to draw it.
Yeah, I'm right. Right, we've had our fun. It's been a bit too much fun. So we're going to get back to our pedis now.
Sweet.
We now return to your regular viewing.
So you have done your masterpiece
Yeah.
on my toe.
I have.
I'm turning the tables now.
Okay.
Prep the girls, and they're going to go in on your trotters.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
while you're now forced to sit here, I'm going to dig deep.
Okay.
Okay. So what was a breakthrough moment for you when you kind of were like, yeah, I've made it?
That's the weird thing about being an actor, because it like comes and goes, because you'll work in a job and then you won't for a year and be like,
Right.
am I still an actor? But do you know what the weirdest one was? It was when I was doing like my first like proper play, and there was a day where like a local drama school came to watch, and then we had like a Q&A with them afterwards. And I just remember one of the kids there said, oh, you know, like, because one day we all want to be actors like you guys. And I was like, oh, they think I'm an actor? I was like, oh,
Bless their souls.
I guess I am.
What would you say has been your biggest achievement so far?
Spider-Man would probably be a pretty big one. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, definitely.
And probably the Disney Channel one that felt pretty cool.
Yeah.
My favourite ones have probably been like the little fringe plays I've done. Because I guess those are the ones where you do things that you're probably never going to do in any other like show or something like that.
So obviously you'll come off these big movie sets, right? And you're on a high.
Yeah.
Do you then have like a really low?
The Disney show was like the first thing I'd done on camera. And obviously like you get there and you're like, I'm done, I'm sorted, I've made it.
Yeah.
See you everyone,
Can
I'm
retire.
down. And then I remember like obviously you go on set and like, you know, you feel all big, people are getting you coffee and all this stuff. And then I remember like after we wrapped and stuff, I then had to go back to my normal job and I was getting people coffee, and you're like, ooh, this is humbling.
Yeah. It's
This
like
is a change.
Is it a 360 or 180?
One of them.
There's a big circle happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
and you go back down.
And you go back down again. So this is why I don't understand why any actor would have an ego, because
Yeah.
it's weird to you suddenly go back to your normal
It
life.
sounds
and it's
like you guys are constantly stressed. So I think you needed
all the
this
time.
pedicure.
I
yeah,
really did.
I'll
I
be
should have done
honest.
this years ago.
So for people that want to go into the industry, what 3 bits of advice would you give them?
Do you know what the first thing is? And I'm not saying this to like just weed out the other actors and reduce competition.
Yeah.
But just like really want to do it. And if you do, that's awesome. Then after that, I'd say just try and learn in any ways that you can. It can be expensive as well, like doing
Yeah.
courses, headshots and all this stuff. But there are like there are free ways to learn. Like there's bookshops at the National Theatre and the Royal Court Theatre where you can literally just go read their plays. And then just like if you're like watching TV and stuff, like analyze it in a sense.
Yeah.
Like if someone's really good, like why are they good? What did they do? And if someone's terrible, why are they terrible?
Yeah.
What would I do better?
Don't be
That
like
kind of
them.
thing. Yeah. So it's just like try and expose yourself to as much as possible.
How are your feet looking?
They're looking better than they ever have.
You don't sound sure.
No. And I bought shoes today, so I think we'll judge when we get home.
Yeah, that's a good way to judge it.
Well, exactly, yeah.
So you said about analysing people, good or
Yeah.
bad. What actors did you look up to or do still look up to?
Good question. Like one of my favourite, Andrew Scott.
Is this correct? Office. No.
No.
Who am I thinking of? Who's Andrew Scott?
He was in Sherlock.
Okay.
Moriarty.
Okay. Complete opposite to what I was
Very
talking about.
different. Yeah. But he's amazing. Then you've got like Jodie Comer.
Oh,
who's
okay.
insane.
She's
and I saw her
great.
one-woman show.
Oh, was it good?
And it's ridiculous.
She's amazing.
She's absolutely ridiculous. Then you also got like Florence Pugh, who's again ridiculous.
What is the best thing about being an actor?
Doing different things all the time.
Yeah.
Like I get bored super easily.
You couldn't do a 9 to 5.
Do you know what? I used to think like I really want to work in an office and stuff. But I realized I want
So
to work
did
in one
I.
but I want to do it in like a film.
Oh.
So like The
Yeah.
Office, like the show, I want to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to then do the
Not
work.
me being. I'd love to work in an office just
And
because
just-
I could decorate it the way I want.
Oh, your little
I can have
cubicle
my
and-
snacks. I would really enjoy that. What for you is the goal?
Probably just to be able to earn a living just acting. I think that's
Is that rare?
yeah. Like every time you tell someone an actor, they love to throw at you the whole only 2% are working kind of thing.
Is that the
I think it's
percentage?
Yeah, and like 1% are like making enough to live on. So goal is be one of that 1%, I guess.
We spoke about the good things, but what are things that people coming up into the industry should look out for?
If an agent ever like charges you,
Right?
immediately no.
Oh, you
'Cause that's
don't
not how it
pay
works.
for an agent.
No, they take commission,
Right.
but you don't pay. It's an interesting one, like kind of the relationship with an agent. When you're starting out, if any agent says yes to you, you're like, yes, I'm there. But what you've got to kind of remember is that like you and your agent, you're a team.
Yeah.
Like you are working together. They're working to get you in the door. You're working to actually get the job. So I think the most important thing when picking an agent is like just find someone you like and you can work with.
Yeah, don't
And
go
someone-
for the first option that maybe you...
Like, yeah, if you can. Because you have to be able to be comfortable with them to actually like be honest. Like
Yeah.
if there is an audition or something and you don't want to do it because it makes you uncomfortable or whatever, you have to feel like you can be able to say that.
to say no.
And that does, like saying no, it does take time. You're never going to be able to do that at the beginning.
Yeah, I think it comes with time as well, because sometimes
Yeah.
you're like, am I too early on in my career to say no because I should be taking all the opportunities that I can?
Yeah.
Whereas you can, I mean, if it's not fitting,
If it's not fitting, it's not fitting.
if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah, like, I mean, I still feel incredibly guilty every time I'll say no to an audition
Yeah.
or something.
What can you see on your toes?
Shapes and stuff. Which I'm
Beautiful
liking.
shapes and stuff.
I mean, this might be my regular
You got
day to day.
some circles,
We've got
maybe.
some circles.
And I think it just adds a little something.
A
then.
little flair.
Bit of block art.
Yeah.
I don't know what block art is. I just pulled that out of my.
It sounds right.
Last question.
Go.
Because I know a lot of big people are going to be watching this.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd make a good Spider-Man?
I mean, I think I'd
Film.
make a great Spider-Man.
Give me your best.
And I've been fired already.
You're hired. Well. Right, it's time for the big reveal. It's time to see what the girls have been up to, the masterpieces that are on our feet. I've got a sophisticated blue.
It's very elegant.
I'm a sophisticated woman. I don't know if you got that from this. What have you got?
I have got the multicolours
Yep.
and the smiley faces. But I never realised how small my toenails are.
Yeah, you don't until you have to draw a
Until
face
you have
on
to
it.
draw a face on it. and
It's
then you're
hard work.
There is not much of a canvas there.
How did you rate the experience?
Do you know what? It was actually really... I try not to fall asleep because it's really relaxing.
really enjoyed
It's
that.
And I keep rubbing my feet together because they're really soft.
That is the sweetest thing.
I was expecting like them to have to like properly like go in with
Yeah,
like
chop
a
a bit of your
scalpel
foot
and
off.
like, you know, go for it.
Surgery.
So pretty much,
That's
yeah.
fine.
So now it's good.
Yeah, I agree. I think we both are going to leave here looking sensational.
New people.
Josh, thank you for coming with me today.
That's all right.
Having a pedi, it's been beautiful. I hope this has given you the means to start washing your feet.
In another 28 years, I will.
I'll be waiting
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
clock. I'll
I'll
check
see you
in
then.
28.
Sick.
Yeah. If you're listening to this as a podcast, you can watch the full video on Get It Right's YouTube channel. And on their socials, they've got loads of BTS from today and loads of tips and tricks on how to get into the industry. Catch us next time on A Foot in the Door, where we'll be speaking to more of your favourite people in the industry and giving you loads more tips and tricks. I've been GK Barry, this has been Josh, and we're off. See ya.
And remember, always get it right from a genuine site.